Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into exactly what it takes to protect your biggest financial investment, your home, from Florida's absolutely punishing climate. We're going to be using some fantastic expert insights from Crestline Roofing Tampa to really unpack how the weather aggressively breaks down your home's defenses and, more importantly, how to build them back stronger than ever. So here's our quick roadmap for today. First, Florida's brutal climate. Second, the warning signs of failure. Third, those strict building codes. Fourth, the best materials specifically for Oldsmar. And finally, number 5, the replacement process itself. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Florida's brutal climate. 140 miles per hour. I mean, wow. That staggering number represents the extreme wind speed your roof might literally have to face during a tropical system. But you know what? Wind is really just one piece of this giant puzzle. Try to imagine that sheer force combined with 95-degree summer heat and a relentless, suffocating 80% humidity. Your roof isn't just sitting there, it is actively fighting off a totally hostile environment 365 days a year. And because of all that, an Oldsmar home takes significantly more punishment than your standard inland property. See, while an inland roof mostly deals with standard UV wear and some seasonal rain, homes right along the Old Tampa Bay shoreline have to face this aggressive salt air that just eats away and corrodes metal flashing and fasteners. Then add to that those crazy afternoon thunderstorms dumping, get this, 2 inches of rain in a single hour. Plus, you've got that constant wetland moisture from areas near Mobley Bay, which promotes really destructive algae growth. So yeah, it's a completely different battleground out there. Moving on to Section 2, warning signs of failure. So you'll definitely want to keep a really close eye out for these specific red flags. First, wind-lifted shingles. Those expose your totally vulnerable underlayment. And if you're finding granules in your gutters, well, that means the intense Florida sun is literally baking the actual asphalt mat right off your roof. You especially need to watch out for valley drainage leaks, particularly on those older 1970s ranch-style homes that are so common around Oldsmar. Those low-slope valleys act like traps for standing water and debris, which causes this hidden rot that eventually shows up as those dreaded interior ceiling stains. And honestly, by the time you actually see water on your ceiling, the damage has already been done. But here's a really crucial point. Even on those perfectly sunny days, without a hurricane anywhere in sight, there's a process called thermal cycling that is silently degrading your roof's defensive barriers. Basically, as materials rapidly expand in that intense 95-degree heat and then contract during the cooler nights, the critical sealants holding everything together just slowly break down over time. Your roof ages faster simply by existing in this climate. Crazy, right?
Okay, Section 3, strict Florida building codes.
Florida maintains some of the strictest roofing codes in the country due to hurricane risk. Now, navigating these codes, it can feel super intimidating for any homeowner. I mean, you've got permits, inspections, and just layers of dense regulations. But these standards absolutely exist for a reason. They're essentially your family's physical safety net during a storm. Plus, they're absolutely critical for maintaining your insurance coverage in a state where, let's face it, policies are getting increasingly strict by the minute. To give you an idea, in high wind zones like Oldsmar, the code actually mandates 6 nails per shingle instead of the standard 4. That's a huge difference. And materials often require what's called a Miami-Dade Notice of Acceptance, or NOA. That just means they've actually survived some seriously rigorous hurricane testing. Oh, and proper attic ventilation? That's strictly enforced too, mainly to stop all that trapped heat and humidity from literally cooking your roof from the inside out. All right, let's look at Section 4, the best materials for Oldsmar. So when it comes to picking your armor, you've really got 3 primary options. Architectural asphalt shingles are definitely the most affordable route, and they're going to give you a solid 15 to 25 years of protection. But if you are looking for maximum defense against those hurricane-force winds, you really want to look at metal or concrete tile. Metal roofs can last a staggering 40 to 50 plus years, and they physically reflect solar heat right away from your home. Concrete tile, on the other hand, offers just incredible impact protection against flying debris and can also hit that 50-year mark. Now, sure, they require a larger upfront investment, but they offer absolutely unmatched peace of mind. And finally, Section 5, the roof replacement process. So Crestline Roofing Tampa actually turns what is normally a highly stressful, chaotic project into 3 very clear, manageable steps. Step 1, inspection and estimate. Step 2, scheduled installation. And Step 3, final inspection and cleanup. By following this kind of structured, step-by-step process, they completely avoid those cheap Band-Aid fixes you often get from volume roofers who are just rushing through the job to hit a quota. Now, during a proper Step 1 inspection, a good contractor doesn't just glance at the shingles. They check your attic ventilation, and they identify any hidden structural wear. But here's the real game changer. Having a dedicated project manager handle the super complex photo documentation that insurance adjusters require. I mean, if you've just been through a storm, having someone take that massive bureaucratic burden completely off your shoulders and providing an itemized written estimate in the exact format insurers expect, that is literally everything. Fast forwarding to the end of the whole project, let's talk about something every single homeowner worries about, the mess, right? Well, a professional replacement means your property is treated with the ultimate respect. They protect your landscaping with tarps, debris goes straight into dedicated dump trailers, and the whole job wraps up with truck-mounted vacuums and thorough magnetic nail sweeps all across your yard. Because, let's be honest, absolutely no one wants to be finding hazardous construction debris hidden in their grass weeks later. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I actually want you to just look up at your own ceiling right now. Knowing everything we just talked about, the brutal climate, those hidden signs of wear, and the strict building codes required to actually keep your home intact, is your roof really ready for the next Florida storm? Trust me, you do not want to wait for a leak to find out the hard way.